Maybe. It looked that way. We didn't look on for any of the game, I didn't think, but I thought Carlton looked really on. I thought they outplayed us. The numbers suggest that they outplayed us. We were fortunate to be in front at the end of the game, but win or lose, we need to concentrate on the things that will work for us long term. And there were a few things we weren't happy with. We'll review the game really hard, and I suspect what we'll come up with is we need to improve a little bit around the ball, and they are a good side. Their tackling pressure was really good, and they beat us in the contest, which is unusual.
A high handball count tonight. Do you think that's maybe going back to old habits a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's a reflection of their pressure. There were times when we clearly just needed to get the ball going forward, and we didn't handle the pressure that they brought. And that's nothing new. I think it's at times we've been really good at reading the pressure this year, but back into old habits, that's probably a fair description.
Presumably it's satisfying though, if you're going to fail that way, fall that way, or lapse that way, to still come away with 2 point win.
Yeah, I mean, no one can doubt the resilience of the Geelong players, certainly not at this stage. They're ultra competitive and they hate losing. But I think all the players are sitting back thinking that they probably were a bit lucky to get over the line tonight.
So you still haven't had a loss yet as an AFL coach, but what you're saying is there were signs tonight that there might be one sort of around the corner if you don't address some of those things, or?
If you keep playing poorly, yeah, we're going to lose. We're not thinking of it that way. We've had a few games this year that I think we were fortunate to get over the line. I'm not sure that the ladder or our win-loss at the moment is a fair reflection of the evenness of the competition. But we never expected to be playing our very best football in round 8 or 9. We still firmly believe that's still to come, and it'll need to be successful.
Alan Christensen was given his chance tonight. He made a few mistakes, but he also worked pretty hard, created a bit as well. He must have been happy enough to see what he saw with him.
Yeah, he did some nice things. I think the only errors he made were in the real pressure, and that's what you'd expect of a sort of 5 or 6 gamer. The other thing that was a real positive from the game was Mitch Duncan. I mean, he looked to us like he was the one Geelong player who was really on. He was really sharp. He used the ball well, tackled really well. So we put him on ball, and he was playing on Judd for a bit. And Judd was probably a little bit lame, but Mitch took some really serious strides forward tonight, we thought.
James Kelly, Chris, is he all right, or what happened with him?
Yeah, he had ice on it. I haven't had a full medical yet, but I'm sure I would have heard if it was anything serious. Someone's in trouble if I haven't.
A few people mentioned in here, 46 inside 50s, and yet you've still had 27 scoring shots. I mean, I suppose it's a negative a bit that you didn't get that many inside 50s, but fantastic, you still score.
Yeah, our efficiency inside 50 was really good, but we don't think we're going to win too many games when we lose inside 50s by 10. That, to me, is a reflection of a team that was outplayed around the ball, but had enough class to make the most of their chances.
Are you going to have to try a few things like bringing blokes like Nathan Day to get them the experience up? I mean, I know you said they deserved games.
Yeah.
You brought him into the side tonight. He did a few good things, made a few mistakes.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to see it with those guys and take a couple of risks with those guys.
I don't think it's a risk.
Yeah.
No, we didn't give him a chance early. We just wouldn't kick the ball inside 50. He well and truly deserved his spot, and I would expect that he'd play next week as well. Big guys take a long time to develop. We're not expecting miracles from Vards. We expect him to give a really strong contest and jump at the ball.
If this little drop off a little bit, I suppose, today should
Yeah.
is that because of tightness? How do you address that? How do you get the guys fresh again? What do you do over the next few weeks?
We've got an 8-day break, so that helps. And I think our draw's pretty reasonable. Not in terms of the teams we play, because we play some really good teams over the next 8 weeks. I mean, it doesn't really let up too much. But we do have decent breaks, and we've got a lot of consecutive games in Melbourne. So we've always said we need a big squad of players. We might have some players over the next couple of weeks that have been carrying a few minor injuries that we might look to take out. Brad Otten springs to mind. But the second that we take our eyes off the ball and take an opposition lightly, we're going to get beaten. We're going to come back to the field. As I said, we've been fortunate to win a few close games, which gives us a nice little buffer. But to a large extent, the ladder, the scoreboard doesn't matter too much to us at the moment. We've got to keep improving the way we play.
I think the game was lost when Warnock had the ball in his hands.
Yep. Yeah, I did. I mean, I was worried that the game was slipping away from us a few times. But, yeah, as I said, I don't think it's going to be all that detrimental to their season either. I mean, I think they would probably come away from the game thinking that what they're doing is pretty good and stands up.
Just on the Bobby Davis stuff, it's a bit of a side issue, but look at the team today, and you have actually got over the line, even though you didn't in your own points have a great game.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to quantify the effect, but the one thing I will say is that it did have a really big impact on everyone at Geelong. I mean, even the people that haven't been at Geelong for long. I didn't know Bob Davis all that well, but I know what he meant to Geelong. And it hit the players pretty hard, and it's not something that will come and go this week. He'll be in our minds for a long time to come.
That next week, Gold Coast, Gary Ablett, how do you get through the circus that's going to be that matchup?
I don't know. I haven't put a lot of thought into it. Be professional, I guess. Quite a few Geelong people are going up to the game. No one bears any ill will towards Gary Ablett. He's been a champion of Geelong, and I would expect that Geelong people would treat him that way. We're going to compete really hard and do our best to beat him and to beat the Gold Coast, but I don't think that the fact that we know him will have any bearing on the game internally.